Barack, in a hard play segment tonight, as you may know, the Obama Justice Department is challenging some states that want to require voters to show a state or federal ID before casting their ballots. New Fox News poll asked the question, should voters be required to show ID? 80% of Americans say yes, 19% say no. Now, last June, the same question was asked. Then 85% said yes, 14% no. So there has been a small shift in sentiment. Here now, Fox News analysts Alan Colmes and Monica Crowley. So I don't want to debate this issue because we've done that and it would be boring to do it again. Colmes, all right? So no debating the issue. Yeah. But it's the wisdom of the Obama administration going up against 80% of the population, Monica. A large part have to be Democrats in that kind of a plurality. Why would you bother doing it?
Well, keep in mind that President Obama is somebody who cut his political teeth as part of ACORN, community organizing, and a group called Project Vote in Chicago that was engaged in a lot of voter fraud on the south side of Chicago.
But you're not saying he
I'm not saying, but what I'm saying, when you're asking me to explain where their mentality is coming from, you've got a Democrat Party since 1960 that's been ripping off elections, engaging in systematic voter fraud across the country. So for them, this is nothing new. They also might feel that they can't win an election without engaging in serious voter fraud.
Obama's a shrewd guy, and he sees the polls, and he knows, Colmes, that 80% are saying this is ridiculous.
Why get because the law, the Voting Rights Act of 1965, specifies that in states and areas where there has been discrimination in the past, the Justice Department has to do this. It's not Obama's choosing
they don't have to do it.
It's the law to do it.
They don't have to challenge it. All they have to do is review it.
Yes, the Justice Department reviews in areas where they're
different than challenge.
And they are reviewing it or challenging it.
No, they're challenging
because,
it.
And they should challenge it.
Do you know why the president and the Democratic Party would go against 80% of the people?
Well,
if you don't know, just tell us.
I'll tell you, I think 80% of the people are wrong on this question.
Okay, I know you do. I know you think that everyone else is wrong.
This is about Republicans wanting to stop people voting who are going to vote Democrat.
That's outrageous.
Did I tell you we weren't going to do this?
But that's what it's about.
Okay, you disobey. All right.
And that, by the way, that's an outrageous charge.
It's true.
I'm not going to do this. It's boring. Now, you saw at the top of the show Mr. Harpootlian, who we like, was a little bit offended that Martin Luther King's birthday was the day that the Republicans are going to debate. But then when we point out that the Congressional Black Caucus did the same thing in 2008, he was a little flummoxed.
I think his larger point was that 1 out of 3 people voting in South Carolina are African American. They are not being talked about or talked to by Republicans.
But the senator refuted that. He said that there were plenty of.
I'd like to know. I'd be curious to know how many African Americans are going to vote Republican in South Carolina.
I don't think many.
And what kind of outreach are the Republicans really doing to African Americans?
So you dodged my question. Maybe you can answer it.
I think Harpootlian had a point on that.
He seemed a little flummoxed. Harpootlian, when I pointed out that the exact same thing.
On the issue of the debate taking place on Martin Luther King Day.
And you totally ignored that question. That is called dodging. Go.
That's what he did.
This is such a BS point that the Democrats are putting out there, and frankly, I think insulting to the American people and offensive. The idea that somehow holding a Republican debate on Martin Luther King Day is a racist act or somehow insulting to black voters is absurd. And I tell you, you're going to see more of this because this is a not-so-subtle playing of the race card. And for Democrats to be doing that on Martin Luther King Day is beyond the pale.
This is a trumped-up charge that Democrats are playing the race card. There's nothing wrong with holding a debate.
Why would Mr. Harpootlian even mention it, though?
I cannot speak for him.
You can't.
I have no problem with there being a debate on Martin Luther King Day. Democrats did it. Republicans are doing it. And I don't see a racial issue
Would you say, I know you can't speak to him, would you say it was a smart strategy that he brought that up?
You want me to get into the middle of you and Harpootlian? I wouldn't have brought it up. I don't
just
think
give me a straight answer. That's all I'm begging you.
I'm saying,
is it a smart thing?
No, because
the guy brought it up.
No, because parity is Democrats did it, Republicans do it. It's not an issue. There was no racial issue here.
But he brought it up. Was that smart?
I wouldn't have done it.
Okay, there we go. Give him a hand, ladies and gentlemen. It only took 3 minutes and 45 seconds.
But I think the bigger point is you're going to see more of this, not coming from Barack Obama himself, but coming from other members of the Democrat Party, other people on the left, not so subtle, and the media, not so subtly playing the race card. And to tie into the first part of the segment, remember the new Black Panther Party with the voter intimidation case in Philadelphia, which Eric Holder and Barack Obama's Justice Department Department dropped.
Voter
Again,
intimidation.
it's all tied into...
There was no charge of voter intimidation. Nobody filed a complaint.
Standing with a club yelling at the guy with the tape.
Nobody said they were discriminated against or couldn't vote. That didn't happen. We say the same. We see the same 6 seconds of tape with a Black Panther for 5 years now, and this happened during the Bush administration. There was no charge of voter intimidation. None.
None. All I want you to do is just sit back in your seat for a moment. Right. And just remember, just think of a Tea Party guy was standing in front of a thing with a jack, a club.
Why was there no charge of voter intimidation?
Okay, no, just think. And you would be on here going,
why was there no charge of voter intimidation? Nobody claimed they were intimidated.
Let me answer your question.
Nobody was stopping
because the Holder Justice Department is the most politicized Justice Department in American history.
This happened during the Bush administration.
They had some complaints.
It happened during the Bush administration. They didn't press it.
Combs, they had complaints filed at that
This is just totally out of control. This is just not accurate.
Combs, they had complaints filed at the Philadelphia Public. Right. They didn't pursue it.
No. The Holder Justice Department dropped the case.
Neither one.
It happened during Bush. They didn't pursue it.
All right, Alan Combs, everybody. There he is, and Monica Crowley. And you think I'm not paid enough? Come on now.
You need a few bucks?
When we come right back, more racial stuff out of the New York Times. Columnists calling Mitt Romney the whitest white man to run for president. Bernie Goldberg is another white guy. Moments away.